The clinking of silverware filled the silence like broken glass. My mother's voice cut through it, sharp, deliberate. "Learn from your sister who sends us 4,000 every month, you ungrateful daughter." For a moment, I thought I misheard her. The words hung between us, delicate and cruel. My fork froze mid-air. My father's hand slammed against the table. "Don't try to steal your sister's accomplishments. If you're jealous, stop the payments yourself." That was the irony. Every cent of that money was mine. Across the table, Mira didn't look up. She just kept eating, slow, calm, composed. That was when I realized this wasn't confusion. It was betrayal. And betrayal always begins quietly. It started with kindness. Or something that looked like it. Mira had lost her job. She called me one night, her voice cracked between pride and exhaustion. "Just until I find my footing again," she said. "Mom and Dad are struggling with bills." I had just been promoted. I told her I'd help. Family, right? I transferred the money every month, and she promised to send it to them. The first time Mom thanked her instead of me, I laughed. The second time, I paused. The third time, I stayed silent. Love, I told myself, doesn't need credit. Until I learned that sometimes, silence becomes a currency too. That night, after the dinner, I drove home in silence. The city lights blurred through the windshield like old memories. My phone buzzed. "Sorry about earlier. Mom doesn't understand things sometimes. Don't make it awkward." That line, "don't make it awkward," was her code. It meant, don't expose me. I stared at the screen until her message faded to black. Then I deleted it. That was the last time I let her set the tone. It was almost midnight when I opened my laptop. I didn't expect to find anything. I just wanted proof that I was overthinking. But there it was. 10 months of transfers. $40,000. Every payment rerouted to the same account name, Mira. My chest tightened, not from anger, but from the quiet humiliation of being so predictable. She had borrowed my laptop once, asked for my online banking password, just to check if the payment went through. She'd used my trust as her key, and she thought I'd never check. That night, I didn't cry. I planned. Rage makes people loud. Revenge needs precision. I called the bank, reported a possible breach. They froze the account. Then I opened a new one. New branch, new number, no shared access. Next, I called my parents, told them my work situation had changed, so I'd pause payments for a while. My mother sighed. "That's okay, dear. Your sister said she'll keep things running." Perfect. Now I waited for silence to do its work. A month later, my father called. His tone wasn't angry this time. It was tight, uncertain. "Your sister said she's having financial trouble. Do you know anything about it?" I smiled, though he couldn't see it. "No, Dad. Maybe you should ask her." By the second month, Mira's excuses started sounding like prayers. "My client didn't pay. I'll fix it soon." By the third, her calls became desperate. "Please, don't tell them. I'll pay you back." But silence is a powerful teacher. I let it answer for me. 3 months later, my father called a family meeting. Same table, same quiet knives. This time, the storm wasn't pointed at me. "We found your messages, Mira. You said the money came from your business. But these records—" His voice broke off as he held the printouts. Mira looked at me, trembling. "I was going to fix it," she whispered. "Please." I leaned back. "Dad, let her explain." She thought I was saving her. She didn't realize I was giving her the stage. "The transfer stopped the same day I changed my account," I said softly. "Funny coincidence, isn't it?" The silence that followed was the kind that ends illusions. Mom's hand trembled over her cup. Dad stared at the wall. Mira tried to speak, but words deserted her. I didn't stay for dessert. I left before the tears began. Outside, the night air felt sharp, clean, like something had been cut free. That night, I didn't check my phone. I didn't wait for an apology. Some truths don't need an audience. When people finally see who you are, It's never the moment you hoped for, but it's always the one you earned. Weeks passed. The family group chat went silent. Birthdays came and went. No messages, no photos. Then, one afternoon, my mother texted privately, "We didn't know, dear. You've always been the reliable one." It wasn't an apology. It was surrender. That's when I realized vindication doesn't roar. It whispers. Sometimes I think about how easy it was for her to take what was mine. Easier still for everyone to believe her. But people believe the story they find most comfortable. And I'd always been the quiet one, the background character in my own family. Now I understood the power of being underestimated. You can disappear and rebuild. You can vanish without explanation, and no one will notice until it's too late. Months later, I walked into my parents' house again. Mom's hair had gone gray at the edges. Dad looked smaller somehow. Mira wasn't there. The house smelled of burnt tea and regret. Dad tried to smile. "We're glad you came." "I'm not here for closure," I said softly. "Just to bring the receipts." He looked confused until I placed an envelope on the table. Inside was a check, $40,000. Every cent returned. "I don't need your validation," I told him. "Just your honesty." He didn't speak. He didn't need to. The silence was answer enough. Now, I live alone. Small apartment, fewer people, peaceful mornings. Sometimes I still think of Mira, where she might be, what story she tells about me now. Maybe she calls me vindictive. Maybe she calls me lost. But I know the truth. Love, when one-sided, turns into obligation. Obligation, when abused, turns into control. And silence. Silence is the only currency strong enough to buy your freedom back. They took my voice for years, so I made them listen by saying nothing at all.